We've all had those days, the days where there is a lump in your throat and everything feels scratchy and achy. You get up and look in the mirror only to find your droopy, bloodshot eyes staring back at you in the reflection. Being sick is the farthest thing from fun. What's even worse is having a child that's homesick. As dreaded as a child's illness is, many parents refuse to do the one thing that ensures children will steer clear of dangerous diseases, and that is vaccinations. After thoroughly researching the topic, including internet searches and conversations with my personal doctor on the issue, I stand firm with the pro-vaccination side of this controversial topic. Many parents argue that vaccinating children is unnatural, causes disorders such as autism and the actual flu, makes children temporarily ill, and is not necessary. But these theories cannot be any further from the truth. Vaccinating your child is one of the most important things you could do to protect your child's health. It's simply a matter of life or death. One of the biggest arguments against getting kids vaccinated is that it's unnatural. Parents ask, why would I inject my child with something that I don't know when he or she is perfectly healthy already? Your child may be healthy now, but without vaccinations, he or she is more susceptible to contract these diseases. Vaccines.gov says, because of advances in medical science, your child can be protected against more diseases than ever before. Some diseases that once injured or killed thousands of children have been eliminated completely, and others are close to extinction, primarily due to safe and effective vaccines. Why take that chance of your child contracting a deadly disease when you could have prevented it? Another argument is that vaccinating your children is linked to autism. This is because there's been a spike in recent years of children getting autism. That does not mean it stems from vaccinations, however. Bob Wright, the co-founder of Autism Speaks himself, said that scientific research has not directly connected autism to vaccines. Vaccines are very important. Parents must make the decision whether to vaccinate their children. Efforts must be continually made to educate parents about vaccine safety. If professionals like him are strongly urging parents to vaccinate their children, then they must be extremely important. Now that we know autism and vaccines are not linked, what about the actual flu? Many parents have reported that their children have actually gotten flu symptoms after receiving the vaccination itself. This is one of the greatest misconceptions in today's world. The flu vaccine is a preventative for the Spanish influenza, a much different and deadlier disease than what we think of as the flu today, which is a simple stomach bug. The CDC came out with a bold and assuring statement that a flu shot cannot cause flu illness. Yes, maybe the vaccine can cause some unrest and flu-like symptoms in a child's body, but this is much greater than the alternative. Some parents choose not to vaccinate their children for fear that the vaccines will overload their little bodies, meaning that their immune systems will be compromised. According to NHS Choices, it's a myth that vaccinations can overload a baby's immune system. In fact, only a tiny fraction of your baby's immune system is used to childhood vaccines, and they come into far more bugs in their daily life. This is a reassurance that vaccines for children, even small ones, are completely healthy and even encouraged. Even if parents don't believe the vaccines will harm their children, they just believe that it is not necessary to put into their children's bodies. They see no purpose. In response to that, the CDC stated that there have been several recent outbreaks of serious diseases in vaccines that have virtually wiped out in the U.S., including measles, mumps, pertussis, which is the whooping cough, and HIV. So yes, vaccines are very necessary, and these diseases that were once a thing of the past will come back if parents continue to refuse vaccinations for their children. In short, vaccinations are very important. I cannot say that enough. If the world keeps reverting back to the olden days without medicine, these deadly diseases will be reintroduced with this society with no remorse. It all comes down to one question. Will you protect your child?